Hey guys, welcome to episode number 541. Today is Monday, so it's Update Monday, and I thought I'd give you guys an update on the greenhouse plans. Now, it doesn't look like a whole lot has happened here, but I promise you it has. Most of the work that's been done has been through research to figure out exactly what I can put in here. I contacted my town. I found out all of the rules and regulations around greenhouses, and the biggest one that I have to worry about is permitting. And for our town, you have to be under 200 square feet for a greenhouse, otherwise you have to pull a permit for it. So my original plan of a 12 by 24 greenhouse is going to have to be scaled back a little bit, but not too much. Instead, what I'm going to do is 12 feet here like I had originally planned, and then instead of 24 I'm just gonna go to 16, and that will put me right under the 200 square foot limit. The next chore that I have to do is transplanting some of these bushes. I want to try to save at least 2 of them, and what I'm going to do with them is put them back here along the property line. I think it's a nice idea to try to hide or mask some of the stuff that I'm doing by putting up sort of a larger barrier or boundary between properties. So right now it's a giant mess, but that will soon be cleaned up, and in its place, hopefully, we've got 1 bush already there. We'll put 2 more, and hopefully that will be good, and we'll start to build a little bit of a boundary along the property line. Anyways, this is the main thing that I've been working on. As you may recall, there was a giant stump. Now there is a giant hole, and this may not look very big on camera, but there is the root ball, and this took 2 full days of work with a pickaxe in order to pull out of the ground. Essentially what I had to do was chop every single one of these roots completely out before I could lift this entire root ball out. And I'd say it's probably like 400 pounds plus easily. I tried to get as much of the dirt off as I could, but there's still quite a bit on there. And yeah, so basically I dug this giant hole all the way around, chopped all of the roots, as many as I could, dug all of the earth out from underneath the stump, and chopped as many roots underneath as I could, and eventually I was able to wiggle it out and pull it out of the hole. So there it is. It's a 400-pound monster, and that was a real task to get out. So I was lucky that this stump had been around for a number of years, and it was slightly rotted, and that allowed me to do some of that cutting of those roots a little bit easier. So what I need to do now with this thing is probably chop it up into a couple pieces, and then I'm going to throw it over into my fire pit over there and get rid of it. Then I take all this fill, get it back in the hole, clear out the rest of these plants and undergrowth, try to save some of these larger plants if I can, and then clear this ground out and get it ready for the greenhouse. The greenhouse itself is almost on the way. I have reached an agreement with a greenhouse company, and I'll talk more about that once it arrives. But essentially what I'm going to have is a very nice barn style aluminum and twin wall polycarbonate, really top of the line greenhouse. And again, it's going to be 12 feet wide there, 16 feet wide here. It's going to go up like 9.5 feet or something like that. It's going to be tons and tons of room for aquaponics and for gardening and aquascaping supplies and everything else. So I'm super excited about where this project is headed. Again, right now it's just a bunch of plants and a hole in the ground, but to be honest with you, that was the hardest part by far of the whole project. So now that that's out of the way, the rest is going to come along fairly quickly. Again, I'll shoot more videos of me leveling this ground out and setting up the greenhouse, and then all of the fun that we're gonna have inside. But for right now, looks like we're about to get a storm, so I'm gonna head inside. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I can get this thing set up before the end of the summer, and I'll see you guys later.